Welcome back to the Broad Street Football Podcast. Today we'll be talking about Week 11 games, the top performers. Week 12 upcoming games, make our predictions, and we'll look into the Thanksgiving games too. And we'll look at how the playoffs seem to be, the bracket's going to come out. Start off with the Thursday night game. Obviously the Birds handled business against the Commanders. It was a great game. Despite Jake Elliott's 3 missed field goals, the Eagles did play well.
Eagles, honestly, I thought it was going to be a closer game than that, and the Eagles stepped up to the plate, played a really good Commanders team, but honestly, they got a good win at home.
I gotta shout out Quinyon Mitchell for absolutely locking up Terry McLaurin. Lost me some money on that, but damn, he had one catch for 10 yards the whole game. It was in the fourth quarter.
Straps.
Yeah, definitely looking like he's going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, hopefully. I love that him and DeJean lockdown. Jalen Hurts played very well too, 18 for 28, 221 yards. No passing touchdowns, but he ran one in, and honestly, we don't even need passing touchdowns when we have Saquon just taking the reins, getting 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter when we needed it. Jaden Daniels also looked good, proving why he should, be Offensive Rookie of the Year, but you could tell he was a rookie in that game and threw that pick.
That was definitely, that game for sure, I feel like you could see that he was a rookie. You watched that, I feel like out of most of his games that you watch this one and be like, yeah, that's a rookie out there. This is the game where don't get me wrong, he had a great game, but I think this is the most unexperienced game that he's had all year.
They played against a veteran defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, and it showed.
I agree.
Saquon really turned it up to 2 touchdowns late in the game, kind of the silence there.
Yeah, it was nice. And then honestly, I think Jake Elliott had 7 missed points, so overall score was 26-18, but you got 33-18, and also that last touchdown was garbage time. Although we love Hurts on this podcast.
Next game, Raiders-Dolphins. Don't get me started. Dolphins ran through the Raiders. Now, let me tell you, I'm a Jonnu Smith hater, and I will continue to be a Jonnu Smith hater. But 6 receptions, 101 yards, 2 TDs. That's a great day for him. By far his best game of the year. Stepped up to the plate. I'm going to hate on him because he's another Dolphins tight end that doesn't need to be there, but, got the dub.
Yeah, he looked great. Tua also, played really well, which kind of, surprising with all the setbacks, but 3 touchdowns, 288 yards, and 28 for 36. Couldn't play much better.
Completely agree. Happy to see it as a Dolphins fan.
Next game, Saints-Browns. I love Jameis Winston, but played a classic Winston game, 30 for 46. But 395 yards, almost 400 yards. Just, I don't know. I feel like the Browns are going to be a much better team with when Nick Chubb came back, but he's just not producing. I have him in fantasy, so.
It's hard to say that you expected him to produce, though, after what kind of injury he had last year. Did you see him coming back, full strength? You both saw him coming back, full prime Nick Chubb?
His leg, snapped in half.
Yeah. No, it's difficult definitely to come back from, any injury, but, that one, nonetheless, that was a really bad injury. But I saw Jerome Ford's production in the beginning of the season, and obviously I thought, Chubb was going to elevate it, and he just really hasn't. 4.5 average carry isn't really anything bad, but
it's not Nick Chubb numbers. I completely agree.
I feel like that's not the Chubb we know. Saints did good though. Taysom Hill had a great game.
7 carries, 138, and 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, wait, and he also got an interception. That's insane.
Stat line. Shout out Jerry Jeudy though, 142 yards for the Browns.
6 catches.
Broncos were trying to get rid of him. He showed out for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best game of his career, honestly.
Yeah, Jeudy looks good. It's a shame to see him away from second Bo Nix. Looks like a good quarterback.
That could have been a lethal duo.
Yeah, but we'll get there. Jets, Colts. I hate the Jets, so I'd love to see it. I love Ant. But Aaron Rodgers just can't get the job done with the Jets. It's heartbreak for them. It looks literally an hour ago, right before recording this, the Jets just fired their GM. So it may honestly look kind of like rebuild, but I have no clue because they have so much young talent on that team.
It'd be a shame to let it go to waste, but I mean that's what you get when you're the JETS Jets.
Look at the Vikings-Titans game. To be honest, wasn't really watching this one.
Definitely wasn't a thriller.
Wasn't
I would
any
say.
crazy, but Will Levis back in command. I thought he was gonna get the job done, and he didn't.
17-31.
Yeah, not the greatest. He had an interception. No meme this week from him, but Vikings got it done. Darnold put him back in the win column. 8-2 the Vikings.
Yeah.
Definitely like top of the NFC. I think second best behind the Lions, tied with the Eagles.
NFC, yeah. Lions are one.
But yeah, I mean
9-1 behind the Eagles, and then the Vikings.
Packers, Bears. I mean Packers also look really good. That whole division is really stacked. 7-3, 8-2, 9-1.
What a shocker too. Who
Yeah.
thought the Lions and the Bears? The Bears very mediocre, but who thought the Lions would be great the same year as the Packers? The
And the-
Vikings.
Yeah, right.
The Vikings. I mean that whole division. I mean it's just a shocker to me, honestly.
Bears got a little lucky. I mean, the Packers got a little lucky.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
that was crazy.
That was some Bears, and I hate the Bears, so I was happy to see
And
that.
it wasn't even like a block. You like hit the dude's like finger, and then it just like flopped
Yeah.
right like in the goal, like the end zone.
I literally thought I saw like the same exact thing as the double doink, like when that happened against the Birds, but like I was like Jesus Christ,
There was-
the Bears did it again.
I was a D1 rage baiter back in the day. After that game, I lived in Chicago at the time. I had an Eagles shirt. I wore the Eagles shirt after that next day after the loss just to piss all my friends off. Wasn't even an Eagles fan.
That's great.
Just a D1 hater.
Next game was Lions Jaguars, like 52 points. Dan Campbell has this team like locked. 645 total yards, 449 in the air, 196 on the ground, and like they had 645. The Jaguars only had
Someone needs
170.
to stop Jared Goff. 24-29, 4-12, 4 touchdowns.
52-6. The Lions are getting it done on both ends of the field. This is I think the Chiefs just got their first loss, but this is the team to beat.
That was exactly what I was about to ask. Do you think the Lions are the most dominant team in the NFL right now? I'd say either them or the Chiefs. I think dropping 52 points.
I mean, the Chiefs defense is like why they're not gonna win.
Well,
Lions
100%.
offense versus Chiefs defense is who do you think is gonna win?
I mean, that's not their first blowout. That's their second time getting 52 this season. Like, that's just they're firing on all cylinders.
So a great leader, by the way, leading that team to greatness.
Yeah, Campbell, Goff. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders. Their team looks so good right now, and I'd hate to see them in the playoffs, but most likely going to happen because I don't know who's going to stop them.
Yeah.
Besides the Bears, of course. Rams, Patriots. I thought Drake May was going to get this one done, but I also didn't think the Rams were going to lose 2 in a row. Stafford getting it done. Keep him until he's done playing.
Have to.
4 touchdowns, 295 yards. I mean, Kupp and Puka, that receiving duo, healthy with a healthy Stafford, is gonna be dangerous for years to come, and this year if they get into the playoffs.
How many more years do you guys think Stafford has? He's 36 now.
Jesus Christ, it's such a shame to hear that.
He's. Did you know that? I had to look it up
He's
just
still
now. 'Cause I was
slinging the
curious.
rock though. Like,
Yeah, you couldn't
yeah.
tell that he's 36,
Still
but
saying.
I know, but 30. I mean, that number catches up to everybody eventually. How many more?
couple more hard sacks.
I'd say he's got 2 more years. I'd say he's got 2 more starter level years where he can convince you that he's a starter. But after that, I feel like he's gonna go into backup.
Yeah.
Drew Brees level, end of career level numbers.
I think he'll remain a starter personally his whole career, but just because, like you said, I think it'll be like Brees starts until he's retired.
Yeah.
He's that good, but eventually just gonna be so much like you can't do that. You can't take these hits.
Do you
all
think
these years.
he'll make it to 40 as a starter?
Yeah,
He's got 4 more years.
if he wants to, absolutely, but It's not. Yeah, I feel like it'll be more his decision than anyone else. Next one, great game. Who would have thought that the Steelers would beat the Ravens without any touchdowns? 8-2. I wouldn't think the Steelers would get this like far. 8-2. I thought they were gonna be. I don't know. They're more of a 500 team, but
6 field goals from Chris Boswell.
You forget who their coach is, bro. Come
Yeah.
on. Mike Tomlin? Are you
Tomlin.
serious?
Tomlin. I mean, what? It's got to be almost like 20 years of like just dominant, like winning seasons.
It's not even dominant. He just finds a way to win. There's some season where remember that season they had with like Bell and Roethlisberger's last year? It was like they had 10 wins. Everybody knew they were frauds. He just finds a way to win. He just knows how to.
He knows how to win.
He's got the philosophy.
He knows what's needed, but I was really surprised that the Ravens could only put up 16 points. That offense, I mean, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, like they were stopped.
7-4 now.
Justin Tucker did lose in that game though.
Justin Tucker is no longer the best kicker in the NFL.
It's Eddie Pinheiro now.
Yeah,
Panthers
most accurate kicker of all time.
Panthers kicker?
Panthers, yeah.
It's not the Cowboys kicker?
No.
That dude's like locks from like
Because he's only in the league for
70 yards.
He's only been in the league for 2 years.
But yeah, it's crazy to think that it's crazy to hear that Justin Tucker lost the Ravens a game.
It's a new age.
When has that ever been said?
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I don't know. Hopefully they can bounce back. But I do like seeing the Steelers win. I also do like seeing the Seahawks win. Not because of the Seahawks, but it's because the 49ers lost. I know AJ, you
terrible
completely
game.
disagree.
Bro, Kyle Shanahan just gives me like a headache every time. He ran the same pitch play 12 times in a row, and he got 1 yard, no yards, lost yards, 1 yard. I don't know.
Seems like they're just figuring out the 49ers offense. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, I know he just got back from crazy injury, but same thing with Chubb. I thought he would have been producing a little bit more.
It's only his second game.
Yeah, it's only his second wing back, so crazy to...
79 rushing yards, it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really, I feel like nobody really knows, to the degree of how much he was hurt. Because, I mean, I feel like it was kept under wraps for the most part.
He was supposed to play week 1.
No, I know, everybody thought he was playing week 1, and then we got to week 8, and we're like, where is he?
And then week 5, they were like, it's like he's got tendonitis in both his legs. I'm like, and then somebody's like, he's going to get paralyzed.
Yeah,
he's not going to walk. I don't know, it's just...
Went from 0 to 100 very quickly.
I want to throw a huge shout out to Jawan Jennings. I picked him up probably week 1 or 2 of the season when I saw Ayuk.
He got me 25.
Whoever got hurt the first week, I was watching the game. I saw Jawan Jennings just making up for all those receptions. I picked him up, and then the week later, Debo got hurt, and he had that 46-point fantasy game, and I've kept him since, and he's just been amazing. So huge shout out to him.
Yeah,
Thank you, Juan.
Seahawks get it done, though. Geno Smith's the guy. They wrote him off, but he ain't right back.
Walk-off touchdown, bro. It was
Go.
crazy.
Broncos, Falcons. I mean, I thought this was going to be a much better game. The Falcons were 6-4. Broncos were 5-5. And Broncos decimated them, 38-6. No touchdowns for the Falcons.
For some reason, I am a fan of Bo Nix. I really do like him. I thought I liked him when he was at Oregon. I think he's really surpassing the standards everybody had for him coming into the season for sure.
I mean, if it wasn't for Jared Goff, the rookie would have had the best quarterback game of the week. 28 for 33, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns.
I think he's honestly sneaking into the offensive rookie of the year debate. I mean,
real conversation, or he's just sneaking in
I
there?
think he's sneaking in because Jay Daniels been slowing down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
I agree.
I think a few more weeks would he's 6-5 for a team that was probably much worse last season. I think they.
I mean, who'd they add though? Who'd they sign this offseason that really impacted the team? I mean, they drafted the other Oregon receiver. How's he doing?
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I like it. I think I said last week on the podcast that this is the first time I feel like the Broncos have a trusting quarterback since Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did not. I mean, 28 for 33.
I mean, as a rookie, by the way, this is his rookie year.
And also, the Falcons' defense is a good defense. They have Jesse Bates,
Justin Simmons.
Simmons. AJ Terrell, like that's a great secondary that.
I mean, Raheem Morris is a good coach too, like defensively, so allegedly. But.
Yeah, so I mean the Broncos just did very well, and I feel like we should expect more from that. But the next game I was most excited about. All three of us said on the last one that we all kind of just picked the Bills to win because we did not want to see the Chiefs win. I mean, round of applause for us.
Thank you, Bills. As much as I hate the Bills, I hate the Chiefs more.
Bills took care of it. Josh Allen, I mean, that one play where he ran it into the end zone just looked great.
Josh Grown Man Allen.
Yeah, I love to see it. And I mean, James Cook put on 2 touchdowns. I'm just so glad to see the Chiefs lost. I can't really say much more besides I hate Patrick Mahomes. I hate his 2 interceptions. But, yeah.
I hate Patrick Mahomes. I hate his little brother. I hate his wife. I probably hate his kids. I'm not a fan of Patrick Mahomes. I'm happy to see them lose. Brings me fills my heart with joy when I see the Chiefs lose.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. I remember when they were the first time they played the Niners in the Super Bowl, whenever that was, I wanted the Chiefs to win. I liked Andy Reid. He used to be a coach of the Birds.
Completely agree with this, by the way.
Travis Kelce, he was Jason Kelce's brother. So I was like, okay. They lost the next year, which I kind of wanted Brady to win. But like that, I wasn't rooting against the Chiefs. I would have liked to see them done it again, but I wanted to see Brady do it again.
Was that the false start year when that dude false started and then Brady took it down? And this is when they played in Gillette Field, right, for the AFC?
No, I'm talking about in the Super Bowl when Brady was on the Bucs.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was the next year, but since then, the past 2 Super Bowls, obviously, last year I didn't want anyone to win, but obviously I hated to see them beat the Eagles, but glad the Bills got it done. And, Bills improved to 9-2. But honestly, this is a really good, NFL season. I do not know who's going to win.
Let's check the AFC. So let's check the standings real quick. So you got Bills at 9-2, top of the AFC East. Chiefs at top of the AFC West with 9-1. AFC North Steelers at 8-2. AFC South Texans. Texans' worst record at the top of their division was a 7-4 record.
Which is pretty crazy for the AFC. So playoffs is going to be wild.
Let's catch up on these last 2 games, and then I actually do want to just look at standings and talk about the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's get to that. Chargers Bengals. That was actually a great game. I just don't know what Joe Burrow has to do. 356 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he's losing again. He's got to be
Joe Burrow could turn into Superman out there and they'd still find a way to lose.
I think AJ might have said it last week. I think I called him the Trey Young of the NFL. OSU.
Yeah.
Trey Young in the NFL, and honestly, he's doing
He's
great.
putting up numbers for no reason at this point.
It is sad. It's not even he's got Jamar Chase. What's the reason they're not winning? Why do you think they're not able to finish these games?
Yeah, and T. Higgins came back this week too. It's a defensive
all
problem.
the stats leaders were on the Bengals and they lost the game.
Yeah, we saw how they played. That it's a defensive issue, I guess. 27 points is good, but.
I think Jim Harbaugh has it figured out more than Zach Taylor does. That's at the end of the day what I think the issue is.
Yeah, 7-3 is not what I was expecting from the Chargers, but at the same time, Herbert's always been kind of balling since he's been drafted, and I feel like he's under a good coach this year. He's got a good team.
I think he has a lesser of a role too because it's a more run offense.
I was just saying that because also J.K. Dobbins. Also, I think we got to put him in the comeback player of the year talk.
Oh,
absolutely.
Easily. Have to. He was the one that did his rehab with Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been through so much the past 3 seasons, and just to see him playing at the level he is, it's honestly so great to see. I love seeing that. I've also always been a fan of him, so. Finish it off with
For this next game, I'd like to shout out Joe Mixon first touchdown, C.J. Stroud more than 225 plus yards. Tank Dell plus 50 yards, and C.J. Stroud 25 plus rushing yards. $15 to $100 payout. Did I put that $15 in? No. Am I mad at myself for not doing that? Very much so, but I still hit. I'm the best sports bettor of all time. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, That was I saw that after. Sent that in 30 minutes before the game. Sent that to us, and I wish I saw it before because probably still wouldn't have thrown it because low on funds from sports betting right now. But definitely in another day, that Joe Mixon first touchdown looked good to me. The rest of it looked good. I could have been $1,000 richer right now, and I'm
I
pissed.
could have been 1250.73 richer right now. And I'm mad, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm hot.
Yeah.
But it's okay. The world keeps spinning.
But great.
Lone Star Showdown, as expected in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
Lone
hate
Star
the Cowboys. The stadium caved in 30 minutes before the game was about to start. Like there's sheet metal on the field.
Yeah,
Like
Their stadium's giving up.
Lights were literally too bright, I'm sure.
Yeah, and you know what's even crazy? They put the curtains on for the Jake Paul fight.
yeah, but not for the Cowboys Texans Monday night.
And then
football
did you see
game.
what Jerry Jones said when they asked him about it's a tactical advantage? For who?
Not-
For who?
they're
Not
listening.
for you.
CeeDee Lamb literally had a touchdown against the Birds, and obviously not because he couldn't
He's
see.
gonna say-
Jerry Jones, and I would stand by this, by far the worst owner in the NFL. He's very stuck up, and he thinks his way is the right way, and clearly it's not. Clearly it's not. When you sign
Yeah.
0 free agent players, when you go nowhere in the playoffs, and then you think you can win the Super Bowl, you're delusional. You're just delusional.
Mixon did look great though, hat trick on touchdowns. Gave him the game.
I got a question for y'all. Do you think Joe Mixon was the it factor for the Bengals that they lost?
You mean for the Texans?
Not for the Bengals.
Oh.
Now that Bengals are 4-7, the Texans are 7-4.
That's a great
Their records are flipped,
question.
and Joe Mixon is outproving
Who do the Bengals running back right
Chase
now?
Brown. But he's not scoring 3 touchdowns.
No,
a
you
game,
can't.
is he?
I mean,
I think Chase Brown has filled that position to not all the way though. He's done good, but he hasn't. He's not taking that extra step like Mixon. Mixon was scoring touchdowns.
yeah, I agree with
I think Joe Mixon has a lot more value than people thought in the offseason that he's showing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, C.J. Stroud's still a really young quarterback, so it's great for him to lean on a vet running back who knows what's needed to get done.
Exactly.
Okay, that's it for the week 11. Let's look at the standings. I really do want to talk about how this playoff picture looks. For the AFC East, it's obviously the Bills all the way. I mean,
Dolphins 4-6, probably not gonna be able to come back and make the wild card.
yeah, Bills are 9-2. I mean, I think they have that division locked. AFC West, on the other hand, 9-1 and 7-3, 6-5. Yeah, the Chiefs kind of look like an unbeatable team that's like very hard to beat. But if they drop a few more and the Chargers keep going, even the Broncos could, catch up. But
I mean, and every year the late season Chiefs Raiders game is always really close. I mean, it always comes down to the flip of a coin. I think the Chiefs definitely have a couple opportunities here to drop down.
yeah, and also, considering the fact that a lot of Chiefs games have been like close this whole season, I think, hopefully we do see a few more of them losing games and winning them. But I would like to see the Chargers or Broncos take over the AFC West for the first time in
I would love that.
years.
I think the Texans are a lock in the South. I don't think any teams.
I don't think
can
the Colts, Colts definitely not Titans Jaguars without a question. I don't think Anthony Richardson's kind of struggling this year.
I just don't think he's gonna take them to the.
I just don't think. I don't think this year's
Yeah.
the year.
I think that, they might finish like 9-8 maybe, but
You think you think they go over 500?
maybe, but I don't think they're making the playoffs from that.
They at most be in the hunt, but I don't see them being a wild card team. Also, when you look at the rest of the AFC, the AFC North, the Steelers and the Ravens are still competing.
I think both those teams are going. Both those teams are going to the playoffs for
They
sure.
would have to have a better or the same record as the Chargers, the Ravens, or the Steelers, whoever loses that division.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the top. It's the top 3 teams besides the division winners, so
That are the wild card.
I believe so because it's 7
Okay,
teams.
so right now, who would that be? That would be the Chargers.
Ravens, Chargers, and Broncos.
Wow, Broncos are in the playoffs right now. Who thought we'd? Would y'all think y'all
No.
would have said that at the
Who
beginning
thought
of the season?
3 out of
No.
4 of the teams in the AFC West would be in the playoffs?
It looks good.
Pretty crazy.
It's looking competitive and I love it.
It's
But,
insane.
Yeah, and all these teams that they're all looking really good.
I mean, I think that. What division do you think is worse, South or East right now?
Definitely
East.
South.
No, the East.
I mean, I don't know.
yeah, you know
Dolphins
what?
4-6. That's the
second
second
team
best
is
team.
Yeah, you know what?
4-6.
We'll go East actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the NFC. Obviously, the Eagles are head of the NFC East. If they just finish out the season, win their divisional games, they'll win the division. But yeah, I think the Commanders are definitely going to be a wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals are at the top of the NFC West with 6-4.
I think they've proven a lot of teams wrong this year. I mean, we were saying it last week. Kyler's been not playing COD and just kind of balling out. So
Had to put the sticks down for a little
I don't know.
bit.
Division's such a turnout. Like all other teams are 5.
I mean, they're all
Yeah.
5-5, so it still can go to anybody.
No, it's just
This
gonna.
could go
It's
anywhere.
all it's gonna depend on is who wins in the
Division games. Yeah.
I'll say this now though. Although Cardinals are at the top, I don't think they'll win the NFC West.
I think it's the Seahawks or the Niners.
I think the
don't
Niners
think
will
the
turn it
Rams.
around.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. I'm not
I-
gonna-
I was not
because like
confident.
I
in his own
swear I
team.
can call better plays than they do.
The Lions top the NFC North. Although they're only one game ahead of the Vikings, I do not see the Vikings beating them. Also, the Packers are 7-3. That is a great division
Wait, so
Actually-
is it the top 3 teams? It's the top 3 teams
that are not.
that are the wild, that are not the.
Actually, right now
Division
the
leaders.
Commanders wouldn't even make.
Yeah,
the
no, that's what I'm
playoffs.
saying. So it'd be the Vikings, Packers.
Eagles.
Wait, no,
Falcons,
Vikings, Packers. Who's not a? Well, it would be
Those are
the
the three.
Commanders.
Yeah, it would be the Commanders,
Vikings, Packers.
No, yeah.
and then the Falcons are right now leading the NFC South.
Yeah.
Honestly, with how they played this past week, Mike Evans is coming. I should be coming back this week. I could see the Buccaneers turning it back around and getting back in the win column. And honestly,
Yeah,
they could easily come back and win the NFC South.
I agree.
Hot take. I think Falcons finish third in the division. I think the Saints pass them up, and then Buccaneers win it.
Wow. So you think their season's gonna flip around like that? You don't think the Falcons can keep finding a way
After
to
that
win?
loss to the Broncos, bro, I didn't like they didn't look like
That was a
anything
Bears
at
team.
all.
Do you think that was because of how good the Broncos were, or how bad the Falcons were?
It's a mix of both. And the Saints have turned it around. What was it Darren Rizzi, the interim head coach?
Oh yeah.
At 2-0 now.
Yeah.
I'll give him some props.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at the Week 11 top players. Jared Goff, of course, 4 touchdowns, 412 passing yards, led fantasy this week for all quarterbacks. And then next was Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, Anthony Richardson. And Matt Stafford in the top 5. 2 young quarterbacks in the top 5. I mean, I'd love to see that.
They are Bo Nix.
Yeah, and I mean, Ant played a great game this week. I had
Is this his best game of the season?
maybe week 1 he played better, because he did really well. But every other week I have him in my one fantasy league. He's just been straight on the bench, and he did better than Lamar this week. So
Yeah.
we'll look at running backs next. Joe Mixon, we were just talking about, obviously, played very well. And then next, Saquon. I think he had 33.8 fantasy points, and a lot of those points came from the fourth quarter when he just put the birds on his back and won it for them. Brees Hall followed up, not far. I mean, he played great.
Brees Hall.
Yeah. And
Talking about young talent on the Jets, by the way, that's their main one right there, in my opinion. Him and Sauce.
yeah, you can't let him go. I mean, if they're gonna rebuild, he's a key piece that you got to build around.
I think him and Sauce. I think those are the 2 guys you want to keep out of all their young guys.
Yeah.
Who else are who are they
Garrett
playing?
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. That's
Garrett,
another.
you got to keep that receiver in there.
Yeah.
But David Montgomery and Josh Jacobs were the 4 and 5. Both looked great. David Montgomery, I mean, someone on that Lions team is just always going to be like those running backs. That running back duo is unstoppable. And I mean, Gibbs was tied for 8. So
Yeah.
look at receivers. Let's get down there. Amon Ra, again, another Lions player. I mean, obviously they scored 52 points, but all their players are just dominating all cylinders.
T. Higgins coming off injury with basically 30 points.
Yeah, I had him in fantasy,
Me
and
too.
I loved that.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Cup coming in with 106 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, Cup's
How much?
still balling out there. I don't care what you say. I think he's still got a couple of great years left in front of him for
Mhm.
sure. Especially with that duo with
Puka.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about the duos. I mean, Jamar Chase is also number 4. So Jamar Chase and T Higgins both put up great numbers. Cooper was number 3 and Puka was 6.
Yeah.
So I mean these.
And we wonder why the Rams won. That's probably your answer right there.
I honestly a lot of the season you look the running back duo for the Lions, the receiving duo, offenses have been looking great by just having multiple playmakers. Those are the teams that are really doing well. I feel like Eagles, you have AJ Brown and Saquon. Yeah,
Devontae Smith.
and I mean there's just so many more teams you can name.
Yeah.
Talk about Jameson Williams, 4 catches for 124 yards.
Yeah, I mean
That is
Jameson.
4 receptions.
That is crazy.
Yeah, he looked great.
I mean, so people were getting on the Lions about that draft pick of drafting Gibbs that high, and I mean it is paying off.
Yeah. Tight ends, obviously Taysom Hill, with his 3 rushing touchdowns.
It's Army knife.
Yeah, I mean he always has this random game where he does great.
1 fumble lost and 1 pick. 3 rushing touchdowns.
Threw the pick, by the way. He didn't catch the pick.
Yeah,
He
that's
threw the pick.
18 passing yards.
Another offensive rookie of the year, debate Brock Bowers. I mean, I think he's just great.
He was 1 reception off of OBJ's receiving record for most receptions by a rookie in 10 games.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Malik Neighbors can break it. He has 2 more games to break it when he plays.
wow. So
That's
I mean,
insane.
Bowers looks good. I mean, Jonnu Smith also another reason why the Dolphins look good, and then Njoku and Ertz for the 4 and 5. All right, we're gonna wrap up the podcast with talking about the week 12 games to come, and we'll also look at the Thanksgiving games because who doesn't love Thanksgiving football?
All right, who guys got? Steelers, Browns.
Thursday night.
I'm going Steelers.
Steelers.
They're gonna continue the momentum. They're in a groove that I don't see them
At all.
I think-
Especially the Browns, by the
I
way.
think Judy will have a decent game though.
Yeah.
He'll have a decent game.
I also that their defense looks so good. I feel like that's the game where Jameis Winston will show his colors.
True colors.
Yeah.
Titans, Texans.
Yeah, I feel like I go with the favorite, probably the Texans. I mean, they looked good last night or the other night, and I think they'll do it again.
I agree. I got Texans as well. I don't think the Titans. I just don't see Will Levis beating that Texans defense.
Yeah, Texans for sure.
Vikings Bears. I like this divisional matchup. Don't get me wrong, Vikings should win this. I got the Bears though.
I got the Bears as well. I think the Vikings slowed down a little bit consistently with the numbers they've been putting up.
And also, I also just want to throw out, the Bears are 4 and 6, blocked field goal and Hail Mary. That's 6 and 4 if that doesn't happen.
True.
They're not nearly as bad as their record says.
Completely agree with that.
I got the Bears.
Cowboys,
Turn around.
Cowboys, Commanders. Hate the Cowboys. Don't think they're gonna win at all. Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders. Cooper Rush is terrible.
They're not winning without Dak. I mean,
Or
No.
with Dak.
yeah.
They're just not winning.
Yeah, there's not a weird period.
Patriots, Dolphins. Kind of battle of mid in the AFC East. I'm gonna give it to the Dolphins though.
What's talking crazy over there about the Dolphins?
I liked how Tua played. I also do like Drake May. I think this will be a good matchup.
I think Dolphins go 5 and 6? 5 and 6 after this upcoming win.
Yeah,
we're coming. We can get back in the wild card talk.
They're definitely going to look Jonnu Smith's way now, I think.
Oh, 100%.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, of course.
So yeah, Pats or Dolphins.
The Dolphins, I think, the Patriots just, not a team.
All right, I think we can skip through this next one. Chiefs, Panthers. What are we thinking, guys?
Yeah,
You got
Panthers
Chiefs?
aren't doing it. Chiefs all the way.
If the Panthers win, I don't know what's going to
I mean,
Can't
I'll
wait
be the
to see the
happiest person.
Panthers lose, bro. I'm looking
what
forward
if
to
Bryce
that.
Young has a 30 for 30 game?
Oh yeah, I mean, I wish.
No, it can't happen. It's illegal, actually. There's a law against it.
All right, Bucks Giants. This is a game where I think Bucks turn it around. Get back on the win column. Mike Evans, Baker connection. Hopefully back. Mike Evans still questionable, but
Mike Evans going to have some cool head tops in
I
New
think,
York,
I think this is where the Buccaneers start their momentum back again. I got the Bucks.
oh, and also Tommy DeVito starting.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
So that could actually be better
Oh wait,
for
I
the
want to see his
Giants, though.
look. No,
cutlets.
I think it's better for the Giants. Honestly.
I know,
I think
really.
it's
No,
better.
I
It
think
gives
no.
the Giants a better chance of winning.
I think it's easier to rally around him rather than
Yeah.
Daniel. Any dimes.
Also, I mean, I want to hear what you guys think, but I think the Lions have no chance of losing to
No,
the Colts.
Not at all. Especially with
Yeah, I mean, this is just a dumb.
I mean,
I mean-
Jared Goff could throw 5 picks again, but like they would still win.
I mean,
Their
he
defense
literally
is
threw
just
5 picks. They found a way to win.
Because their defense is just there. Their other players are just there.
I don't know how they lost that other game.
Broncos Raiders.
Oh yeah, Broncos.
I'm riding with Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Bo Nix on this one.
And then Cardinals Seahawks. This is a huge divisional matchup. I'm gonna take the Cardinals on this one. I know I just said that I don't think they're gonna win the division, but I think they'll still beat the Seahawks this week.
I think Seahawks got this one. I think DK Metcalf's gonna have an amazing game.
I got the Seahawks. I think Kenneth Walker has it.
Oh, great call, great shout.
All right, 2 Seahawks against my Cardinals. But Packers Niners. I think this gonna be a really good matchup. Packers look great. I mean, honestly, I think this game comes down to the 49ers offense and if they could get back to their true form. If not, and I'm gonna stay with it, I'm gonna go Packers.
I'm going Packers as well.
I ain't gonna bet against my own team.
Yeah, it's
For
fair.
the Niners.
Fair point.
I just think like it's just who comes out to play on Sundays. Who
Yeah.
plays, to be honest.
You're not gonna bet against your own team. Neither am I. Eagles over the Rams.
Yeah, I got the Birds. I think the defense have impressed me a lot.
This is their-
against the Commanders.
This is their 2022 team brought back to life, and all I'm hoping is they just stay that way. I mean, it's so fun watching this team. I've had so much fun and watching their game. Also, after seeing how bad the Sixers have been doing, how bad the Phillies their playoffs got shot. I love watching the
Saving
Eagles.
grace right here.
So I'm putting all my hope on, and
All my joy depends on this one too.
yeah, right.
I mean, Sunday Night Eagles.
I got Eagles. I got Eagles as well. I just don't think the Rams are gonna be able to keep up.
I do think the Rams will give them a good fight because the Rams are for some reason on prime time are just they show up.
Also, I am really just curious to see how Quinion and matches up against Cup and Nakua. Honestly, I feel like this is probably going to be his biggest test yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if any, I think he'll be able to handle it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hopefully,
I think he improved himself.
Sean
this last week.
McVay loves to put them all in motion, so he's gonna have to guard them both.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole game.
Well, Quintamino Bay. Let's see.
Ravens Chargers. I'm thinking Chargers this one.
It is 7-3 versus 7-4. This is a great matchup. I don't think the Ravens dropped 2 in a row.
I mean,
So-
it's J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards return to the old team.
I like that.
It could be a revenge game for the Chargers. It's Jim versus John Harbaugh.
Jim
Ooh,
versus-
I didn't even
Jim-
think of that.
Jim versus John.
And I'm always taking Jim all the way, bro. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, John won the last one.
I think
So-
Jim's got this
Right,
one.
Jim's got a new team now. He's
Yeah.
he's got.
He's got a lot more weapons now.
He's got
I
his
think.
run.
Yeah.
10 years into the
He
future.
turned Quentin Johnson into an actual receiver. I still can't believe that. He's got
Bro, they
4 straight games with a
they
touchdown.
just had a dummy running out there with butter as hands last year. Now he's got legitimate fingers
It
that he
doesn't
can
make
catch
any sense
with.
to me, but he's 4 games straight with a touchdown.
Alright, let's get into these Thanksgiving games.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly run through these.
Lions.
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 I mean, Thanksgiving Lions is
Yikes.
Alright,
there's a whole new meaning to the Thanksgiving Lions. At first, it was every year of sadness. I feel like now they're
I'm
they're
excited.
celebrating.
I'm excited to. No, I'm
Yeah.
excited to watch the Lions. First year, probably ever I've been. I'm I cannot wait to
You know
watch
what I'm
the
not
Lions.
excited for? The Giants and Cowboys.
The
Yeah.
holy mid off, lower than mid.
Yeah, right.
Scum. They're so bad.
This is not how every American wants to spend Thanksgiving.
I got the Giants.
I got the Giants
I
as
have
well.
the Giants, yeah. I mean, honestly, Cowboys at home, but they just look terrible.
Will not bet against my team as well. I go Dolphins here.
I gotta go Packers.
That's unfortunate,
Thanksgiving
but I get it.
matchup,
I get it.
yeah.
I'm going Dolphins because I'm never supporting the Packers for undisclosed reasons. But
For undisclosed reasons.
I just don't
so
like the, I just don't
funny.
like the Packers.
But playing at Lambeau on Thanksgiving night, it's gonna be brisk. It's gonna be cold. It's definitely gonna be a hard game to win for a tropical team like the Dolphins.
Yep. Wow. All right, well, that's going to be it for the podcast. Hope to see you soon. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.